The caves. One of the biggest mysteries in the ending of Season 1 was, where did Tabitha go? Later we found out she was in this elaborate series of underground caverns under all the town. On Season 2, Episode 1, we saw this was where the creatures sleep. Then later in Season 2, we found out there are multiple rooms and a small entrance. On this deep dive, we'll explore the caves, ritual chamber, and sleeping chamber underneath the town. When we first see the caves, it's at the bottom of the hole where Tabitha dug, and she's looking at the wires hanging from the ceiling. Here we find another interesting fact about the village, that the electricity is not connected to anything, or was it? A recent theory was the wires cut. Could each house have had its own power source or generator or crystal? Crystals are used in witch practices at an altar that can be charged by ringing a bell at either the start of or in continuance. From there, we see a light approaching Tabitha, and we soon find out it was Victor. Victor says the boy in white told him to go down there and wait. An unanswered question is, when did Victor hear this message from the boy in white? We know Victor knows and has seen the boy in white, but not recently on the show. We know he is out every day investigating the position of the trees and other strange things in the town. We know the boy in white doesn't appear inside, so it had to be in the forest. Victor turns his flashlight and shows the biggest Easter egg in the series so far, which was the drawings on the wall. If you want to know more of what the drawings were, check out my other video to see the full complete breakdown, or my 1506 live stream with Taryn. This drawing seemed to symbolizes an indigenous tribal people, which would be Indians due to the three people in the canoes. This is showing how people used to arrive at this place before cars, or the first people to activate or be trapped in this area. The three-line F symbols are trees, and there is a wire hanging down from above that could have been how they pull the boats to shore. There is long dark F tree that could be the tree Jade saw the Civil War soldiers hanging from. Next, you will immediately notice the same symbol Jade has been seeing and sketching in his obsessions. We know now the symbolism means the trees, or Anuye. You will then notice 7 altar tables laid out around under the symbol image, which we know from Season 2, Episode 10, are sacrifices or offerings. You will notice there are 8 people from right to left in front of the sacrifice tables, while there are 2 more off to the left of those 8. These 8 people also match the count of people that were in the boats. It seems the 2 to the far left did not participate in the ritual and are the same people who possibly create the talismans. The rest participate and become monsters, which are now signified by the same F with 3 slashes, but are red now. Also, if you look just above the symbol, there is a lone person, which to me looks like some type of shaman with a rod or staff in his hand. Towards the bottom, you can also see some black crows, which means these are working with or are controlled by the big bad. You see 2 figures to the left, which, in my opinion, are the same 2 figures from the previous section, and I believe it is a father and son by the size of the drawing. Could be wrong. You then see the red stick figures, which were previously white, totaling 8, same as before, transformed into monsters now, red, coming into the forest every night and going into town or a building each night to feed and terrorize. You also see an infinite type symbol symbolizing a loop or repeating pattern over and over. Last but not least, in the top right, you see the same father and son stick figures escaping it all, in my opinion. If you observe the runes on the talisman closely, they make perfect sense. It shows the triple F symbol for humanity on top, the upside-down triple F for the monsters on the bottom, and a half a sun on left side and a structure on the right. This to me says the warding bans them from daylight and entering structures on their own. There is also what looks like one entire symbol and another symbol overlapping each other, along with a double-sided human-monster pictogram, and also symbols for human and monster, upward F and downward F, creates the barrier ward which they cannot cross without help. Throughout history, there are similar images and drawings to the cave drawings we see on the show. There is a ancient cave art from either Utah or Colorado. This could be Native American drawing and may have a connection to the Beothunk,